Now, by now, there's a high chance you've probably seen the other long video about the Tekken maintenance. Now, this particular video is running currently as you're watching it on ST Rides Kenya. This video is going to be very short. I'll make sure it is hopefully under 5 minutes, but it's a simple summary, a rundown of all the service and the things I did on my bike, and also a short summary of all the things you need to do to your bike to keep it healthy and running well. This not only applies to the Tekken, but also any and all other kinds of bikes, especially within or under the, let's say the 400cc limit. Let's say 400 all the way down to 100cc, thereabouts. So those kinds of bikes, everything I'm going to mention here, those are the things you need to take care of. Now, the first thing you notice is a huge difference. I managed to install these handlebar raisers. Raises the handlebars by a few inches, like probably 2 or 3 inches, and also a phone mount. The actual objective behind putting up these handlebar raisers is simply to ensure that when I'm off-roading and I'm standing, I'm not bent too low, and that ensures that I'm able to control the bike much easier. The second thing we did, or the first thing we did, was to start with the airbox. The airbox is located under the seat. So we cleaned out the airbox and also replaced the air filter. And then from there, we moved to the exhaust system. There were some nuts that had disappeared under the seat or where the exhaust system is mounted. So we made sure we bought new nuts and bolts, secure this exhaust system nicely, and that was that. So every time you're going over your bike, always ensure that you do a proper nuts and bolt check. The other thing we did was a rear wheel alignment, and that helps to ensure that your wheel is not rubbing against a chain and it's traveling in the correct way, especially when you're engine braking. Yeah, I have my own commentator. So when you're engine braking, sometimes if your rear tire is facing the wrong direction or skewed in the wrong direction, even in the slightest way, you may feel it drifting towards one side. So always ensure that your bike, your rear tire, is aligned properly. We also managed to check the rear brake calipers and also the pads. They will be replaced soon. They're a bit worn out, but we didn't manage to adjust them. Then we worked our way forward and did the entire wiring all the way to the top, all the way under. We even removed the tank, and by that action alone, or rather the main reason why I did that, was to ensure that this particular left hand side aux lights don't get blown out like the previous ones. So I've gone through like 3-4 different kinds of aux lights, and I've settled on these ones. They are brighter and they distribute light much better. So I have settled on these ones completely. Also managed to eventually secure them with this little metallic, what do you call them? Jubilee straps, something like that? I don't know, I forget. Yeah, and then also the tank itself, managed to paint underneath it so that I can control the matter to do with the rust. So yeah, that also happened. So apart from all that, there are other things that you need to also consider when you're doing your own motorcycle service. That is your front and rear wheel bearings. If you feel any kind of wobbles or whatever, check your bearings first, make sure they're in good condition. If they're not, replace them. Zalman. And then for those of us who tend to run spoke rims, again, also it's always good to check the alignment of the rim itself to make sure that your wheels are not wobbling all over the place and affecting every single way in which you ride. So get your spoke rims aligned properly. Yeah, apart from that, we also managed to change oil. Always ensure you check what kind of oil your bike uses. and get the right grade for your oil. Always remember, in most cases, the amount of oil your engine will take is indicated either on this oil cap or somewhere in your manual. Check that too. I also managed to replace the spark plug. I installed a new one. Still testing it out, figure out how it feels like or how it performs. Usually the recommendation is that unless you have a different kind of bike and the manual reads different, every time you're changing oil, always ensure you look at your spark plug and also change it whenever possible, or if at all necessary. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is the basic rundown of the longer video that is on my channel. This is the shorter video explaining the short summary of everything I did on my bike and everything else you can do also on your own bike to ensure that it's always in good condition. Other than that, in case there's anything else I'm missing, throw it in the comments below. Stay tuned to this particular channel and always ensure that you're always checking out for any of these short videos that I post. Stay tuned. See you on the next one.